Welcome back to Joy Serendipity. As you can see, I am in a new place. So I wanted to do a fun little video while I wait on my latte. This is continuing on, well, not continuing on. You saw the last video from the series. So I was like, why not go ahead and do a video that goes along with what it is that my channel is all about. So this is going to be something that you can learn as well. So if you're new here, welcome back to Joy Serendipity. Today's topic is one that is close to my heart, something I've learned through experience and observation, and it's that you need an identity outside of your relationships. I talk about this all the time on all of my platforms, but I thought I'd bring it up again because it has been spoken on recently by Aisha Curry, and a lot of people misinterpreted what she said. So I was like, let me explain kind of what it is that she was talking about, kind of dumb it down for people, because I think they intentionally are misunderstanding what it is that she's saying. So be sure to hit the like, share, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to Joy Serendipity. If you're new here, definitely subscribe. You won't regret it. Hey, what's up, you guys? Okay, so we are back. So here's the problem. When love becomes your entire identity, you are not in a good place. Let's be honest, it's easy to fall into that we bubble, and you start saying things like, we love this show, or oh my goodness, that's our favorite food, or we don't like that restaurant, or we're thinking about going there. And that's cute until we replaces you. I remember watching a friend go from being this confident, creative woman to who like painting, who like going on vacations, who like hanging out with friends. I watched her going from that to someone who couldn't make a decision without checking with her man. And she started dimming her light. I don't think it was intentional, but it's because she wanted to keep the peace in her relationship. And that's how it happens. It happens sort of quietly. You stop hanging out with your girls, you stop chasing goals, you start building your entire sense of worth around your partner and how your partner sees you. And it feels good at first because being loved feels validating, but what happens when you're busy or distant? Or what if the relationship ends? And we say this all the time. You're left asking, who am I without them? And where do I go from here? And how do I get those friends back that I pushed away? And that's a painful question, but also the most liberating one you can ask yourself. And don't wait till it's too late to start asking yourself. I would say we need to talk about why this happens. A lot of us, we tie our identity, we tie it to our relationships, and although there are various types of relationships, we tend to tie our identity to romantic relationships, and it's because society teaches us to. We're told to be the ride or die girl, the perfect girlfriend, the supportive wife, but no one tells us don't abandon yourself in the process. Sometimes it's insecurity, that fear that if we prioritize ourselves, it'll come off as selfish. Other times it's habit. Maybe you grew up watching women around you pour everything into their man or husband or boyfriend. Sometimes it's not even your boyfriend, it's the boyfriend you're talking to or dating. You're not even together, but yet you're giving him your all. But yeah, and you end up silencing and diminishing your dreams and who you are as a person. And sometimes it's romanticized by movies, TV shows, and sometimes even music. I look back at a lot of R&B songs that I used to listen to as a child, and I would sing along with them, not even realizing those women were bowing down to their men in a way. Like, think of the song Cater to You and Michelle's verse. I want you to go listen to that, because now that I think about it, I was singing it as a kid, but I wasn't realizing, like, girl, you doing all that? That's the least I can do. Let me cater to you. There's nothing wrong with catering to a man, and I feel like men a lot of the times take offense to when I say women don't forget who you are, which that's a red flag on its own. But women can still remember who they were before the relationship without, like, I feel like a lot goes into it. But the healthiest relationships are actually between two whole people, not two halves trying to make a whole. A lot of people misconstrue that. And you wouldn't want your partner giving up their passion, his friends, and his sense of self, right? Which a lot of the times men aren't. And a lot of women don't realize that. I can't hang out with you guys, I gotta hang out with him. Meanwhile, he never skips a boys' night. Like, let's be realistic. It's not my drink. So I'm gonna give you some real examples of when this happens. So think of the most creative person you know, whether it's your best friend or your sister or whatnot. I once spoke to a woman who used to write poetry every week. And when I mean every week, it could be about the littlest things, like a flower in the grass, from heartbreak to heartbreak. So she, like, got with this guy, and they got married, and she said that she didn't have time to do a lot of the stuff that she used to do. But when we unpacked it, she admitted that she was afraid of her husband and what he would think of her poems, and if they were like too personal and too revealing. So she stopped writing. A few years later, she told me she felt muted, like she lost her voice. And that's the cost of giving up your passions for the comfort of a relationship. It may seem small at first, like, oh, this is no big deal. I'm just doing what I have to do to keep my relationship alive and to water that person. Meanwhile, they're not doing the same. It may seem small at first, but over time it chips away at your authenticity, and you end up resenting not only that person, but you end up resenting yourself as well for giving up the thing that it is that you love. I want to give you another example. I knew a couple of people, and they were a couple, and they did everything together. When I tell you everything together, they did everything. Every hobby, every social plan, every errand. There was a time they had the same job temporarily, and it was cutesy at first. Oh, this is just something cute we do together. But no, you didn't get time to miss each other. So yeah, slowly there was tension building between them, because one person started craving space while the other felt rejected, and it became the reason that the relationship ended. And then I had another example of a woman who had to rebuild herself. She rediscovered herself after losing everything. She went through a breakup, a divorce, and she just needed that wake-up call. She told me she started taking herself on dates, which I talk about often, how you need to be dating yourself before the relationship, during the relationship, and after the relationship. She used to go to art museums alone. She signed up for poetry classes and pottery classes, and she even took weekend trips by herself. And she said for the first time in years, it felt like she was herself. She's like, I felt like me. And that right there, that's what it means to have identity outside of your relationship. And I think people, especially a lot of the guys who got offended by what Aisha said, don't realize. So here is how to reclaim yourself. because you can talk about the problem, but we need to talk about how to fix it. If you realize that you have been too consumed in your relationship, that's okay. Awareness is the first step. But here are some ways to start reconnecting with yourself. You're going to revisit your passions. What did you do before your relationship? Did you go bowling? Did you go on like a spa day with your friends? Did you go on hikes? Did you write poetry? Did you do pottery? Anything of that? Volunteering, journaling, fashion, travel. And then you also need to be keeping your friendships alive. And I have to repeat that because a lot of women forget to do that. You need to be keeping your friendships alive. Your girls are not just for your single life. They are your mirrors and your anchors and your joy. Don't let your relationship isolate you. Keep showing up for those people who were there before you met your other half. Then you're going to set boundaries. It's okay to have separate time, interests, and routines. If your partner loves going around, loves gaming, you can still love yoga. Use that time to recharge. It'll also give you guys time to miss each other. I'm sorry, but for me, I can't miss someone if I'm around them 100% of my time of day. You need to spend time doing things alone so you both have something to talk about when you're back together. So, also have solo rituals. As you see, this is my favorite. I love going to new cafes and trying new cafes by myself. So you can have a solo coffee day, a weekend journaling session, a monthly self-date. Time alone reminds you that you are enough